gonna record this here if we can. Window capture. Oh, cancel. This is Attorney General. They've been lashing it out. I guess I slept in a little too much. But my grandmother told me that what was just happening. Started questioning her for protecting Epstein. And of course, they fight it out. But let's play this one first. I got to rewind and get into it. And then we're going to play the next one and post it. Here onto the page here, since it's a little early, we might come back into these videos here for the RFO show live. But damn, this just happened. We should have had a live coverage of it. I didn't know. I don't know. All right, let's see.
People
Thank you.
approve of
You don't
Trump's
need to
handling
read
of
the article to
immigration
us.
and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without
That
objection,
is a net
admitted.
drop
Now I
to
recognize the
negative
gentleman
20.
from California, Mr. Liu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face.
following the congressional law.
Real, real quick before it kicks off, it's buffering. This is Forbes. Is that not one of the biggest? I want to be in Forbes magazine. Darling next to Oprah and the Queen. I'm just saying. And excuse me, they've definitely been speaking the truth here a lot
Correct?
lately.
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
you twice.
Sorry about that. For the video, it froze for what felt like 5 to 10 minutes. Well, the whole thing's been 10 minutes now. We could have been more into this crap. I wanted to react on her behavior on something, but now I forgot and have to rewind and try to remember. Holy shit. It was the way that she reacted.
And why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked
Doesn't answer the
Merrick
question.
Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
you
I've
twice.
been claiming my
Did you?
time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During
Were
the
you not
Biden
here
during
then?
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files.
Still being all freeze like. Anyway, the stupid computer's messing up. I love this. What she says. Typical hoe ass fucking language. She talks like a hoe. She walks like a hoe. Her hair's all blonde and done up. She flipped her hair before she got started again. Before this guy started in. Oh, this motherfucker. The body language, the behavior, just like a how's she here, Attorney General? They get all these hoe ass women in these positions that probably should be men or should be some respectable women. I don't know. Watch, they're supposed to go nuts. Let's see.
Like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Wow, straight with it. And look at her face. I'm having a mute and unmute here. Because if I put the headphones on, it won't go here on the radio yet. But hey, check that shit. Ain't it? Am I tripping? Just watch her face. We'll describe it for the radio listeners. You mute up.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence
I don't know how to do a full screen right now. She about to do the no evidence. How dare you? Look at that. We'll freeze it right there. She knows she's cooked. She knows she's lying. Her body language, everything's a lie. She was getting raped by them motherfuckers too. She got raped by Trump. And she's trying to own that shit. Because she's Attorney General. And look what I did for you. Or whatever the fuck's going on here. We did what we did to get paid. Damn. I cut off right the good part. Sorry, but I had to make that point. This is crazy. Now she got a little bit of the orange in her blonde a little more than usual. I thought she was like a white blonde or like had it like that. Why is she doing the different things like Trump does? He's sometimes gray, then he's back to, I don't know. She gonna rock the spray tan next? Shit.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be released.
I got your answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please
I'd like
stop
to
the clock.
reclaim my
to
time.
sign
Stop the clock.
the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim my
ridiculous.
time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath, and this is all in
Twice. He doubles down on it. I'm accusing you of lying under oath. I think, don't you dare accuse me of a crime instead of lying under oath. She can't say the crime because she knows that she's doing the crime. Well, finally, we're hitting the hard questions after these leaks, folks. And finally, we're actually getting some work done. More people are going, wait a minute. My silence is compliance. I didn't go to these fucking islands. This shit is real. Holy shit, Batman. Come on, folks. This just happened and nobody's paying attention. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's run it up here. Come on. I'm about to post this on YouTube. It's nuts. Come on, folks. Woo! Explosive. This is beginning here. It gets worse. Let's go.
from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did
Well,
not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Ms.
he
Hager.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime.
question.
You did this shit and you gotta present whoa, California, whoa. That's all I hear out of her. Just yeah, get out of here with that shit. I'm protected. I'm a Jew. Fuck you. You're not gonna sit here and accuse me, a Jew, of a crime. We don't commit crimes. Crime's not in our language. It's okay. It's all normalized. It's just like not crime. It's the same thing for Jews. Like literally in their Talmud. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, who are they? Like, think about it. Rape, pedophile, all this stuff. What's the punishment for a Jew? Oh, just she's got to go back to Israel. Oh, but I'm going to get locked up and raped. If I were to do something like that, careful here, I'm not like that, but it wouldn't be 5 minutes in jail. I'm getting raped by goddamn prisoners. But Jeffrey Epstein got special treatment, isolation, missing footage for an hour, and a witness now saying I was a jailer. They did the old switcheroo. Thanks for playing. I watched it happen. So anyway, he's kicking. He's freaking laughing. He's got that evil smirk. He's like, look at that bitch go. Oh man, this is one of the OGs right here. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? And you probably witness shit like this happening at your local police department level. And these bitches will do the same thing. They start as jailers and stuff, right? They're, they get raped into it, raped all the time on the job. DOJ or whatever website confirms this. Most cops are rapists. It's on the website. The study backed it. Do this, and then you can see that they're different. You see that they defend them. They're always around the guys there. They're always around the guy jailers. They're always around the prisoners, the inmates. More than the, you know what I'm saying? You'll never get to hear what goes on the female side. You'll never hear people that were locked up talking, oh yeah, this, that, and the third. They don't talk about it. Very weird. But then you got them pretty much raid on the prisoners here in the county jail here where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? But I know the stories. It's the same shit because the same people taught the same thing to the people that taught our departments. And everybody that's like anybody wants to be cool with the people that your boss is cool with, right? You always want to be like kind of in the club. And it's become an in the club freaking thing. But yeah, now they're just arguing it out. I gotta react to avoid any kind of copyright. Shout out the forums though. They've been, how you say it? I wouldn't say directly all the time accusing, but they put the correct and appropriate headlines and a non-biased look. Sometimes maybe biased towards the truth, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of people watching them now. They realizing, promoting these bullshit narratives isn't gonna make them no money or get them any views. Yeah, you're gonna get in the long run way more organic views, and you're reaching more doing the truth, or if you want to call it red pill, whatever stuff. If more truth, you know what I'm saying? You're like reaching more than what it tells you. So a lot of these artists that are doing these songs that go 100 mil real fast, it's bots. Even Teddy Swims, I just don't feel like they're promoting them and playing them all over the radio. Other channels could be playing them because of how you know what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. I don't feel like the presence, the money, the backing, the popularity is there for him to like, oh yeah, look, he's a 100 million view artist. Be okay with and all that. Where's the billboards? Where's the like back in the day you'd go to a bigger town and see like signs about somebody's album or them coming to nobody's doing that no more. Everything's just like, or do you even need to do all that anymore to remind people who the fuck people just sing and upload and it just does its thing, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean. I think things have changed. I think Forbes is doing a great thing, whether it's like they're just playing both sides, they don't want to go all the way in. This is mainstream, so they're gonna not cover it up like CNN's probably doing. I don't know. Let's get into the next clip that we got here. Maybe. Apparently it continues getting explosive. Let's finish with their bull gambling here or whatever.
Horrific crime in California. He does not want to talk
I
about
did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam
ad
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask.
Crime in his state. What kind of crime, Tam Bondi? He does not want to talk about crime in his state.
Ask a question.
Committee will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be more
Bam. Let's try this one if we can.
recognized for 5
May I
minutes.
respond very?
Oh my God.
Recognized for 5
May I
minutes.
respond very briefly to her statement?
Well, I think we can do that
Okay.
probably on
Next.
one of our members' time.
Okay.
I have to mute up or it's probably gonna double here. Hang on, I had to fly. Let's get it. Can't stand these flies.
Thank you. I don't want that to get away. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents from the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victim's survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here. Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking, not to prostitution, not to money laundering, child sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need that you're holding on to and over redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? Because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the portal at the DOJ to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction. So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you've pulled down from the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Can I finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40 minutes. He was already, you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm going to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time. Mr. Chairman.
This is how this works.
Can I have my time back?
Mr.
Chairman.
The gentlelady can give her answer. The time belongs to the gentleman from
All right, I'm reclaiming my time.
Can I give my answer?
So
Yes.
I'm going to put the language of the bill up on the screen.
Chairman,
Because
may
I
I
have
give
another
my answer
question.
on that?
Of course, she has an answer on that. This is crazy. In general, not later than 30 days after the date of enactment of this act, the Attorney General shall, subject to subsection B, make publicly available in a searchable, downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, investigative materials in the possession of the Department of Justice, including the FBI and the United States Attorney's offices that relate to Jeffrey Epstein, including all investigations, prosecutions, or custodial matters, Ghislaine Maxwell, flight logs or travel records, including but not limited to manifest itineraries, pilot records, customs, immigration documentation, for any aircraft vessel or vehicle owned or operated or used by Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, or any related entity. Individuals, including government officials, named or referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities, civil settlements, immunity and plea agreements, or investigative proceedings. Entities, corporate, nonprofit, academic, governmental, known or alleged ties to Epstein's trafficking or financial network. Any immunity deals, non-prosecution agreements, plea bargains, or sealed settlements involving Epstein or his associates. That's crazy, and it continues.
It's
Here's
a political
the question.
joke, and I need to give my answer
Yep,
on that.
we'll let the Attorney General respond, and then the gentleman can move to his next
Chairman,
question.
it's my time.
Within 40
Chairman.
minutes, you asked me a question.
You can give
Within
me-
40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes
You
of
ha-
me catching you red-handed.
Red hand, there was one redaction out
Where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
4,700,
Okay.
and we invited
what?
you
Switch-
in.
Gentlemen,
video.
This
Show
guy has Trump
Gentlemen.
derangement syndrome. He needs
Show
to
the
get, you're a failed
He won.
politician.
Did
Gentlemen,
You need to
time
get
is
on
on.
to
You to watch
these
the video.
matters.
Women
Mr. Chairman,
too,
please restore his
besides
time
women.
and remind the witness of the
himself.
rules
There
here.
is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Is that your position as well?
My position is any victim who comes forward, of course, we would love to hear from them. 1-800-CALL-FBI. Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I am
at
reclaiming
all
my
the
time.
last
I'm
4
glad you're
years?
asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because
time
this
when
is
you don't-
bigger than
when you can't-
Watergate.
when I don't answer a question the
This
way you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama.
go.
Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion
And-
of it.
and that's
now,
where the
I want to
most
know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it
Time
back
is
on the
up.
screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
time of the gentleman has
Which,
expired.
may she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it. And
Well, the Jew deflects the deepfake AI porn, which we all suspected was going to be their last escape route. Is it's fake porn, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Even though, like, Ben Shapiro admitted that it's all real. You know what I mean? It's all fake, deepfake AI porn. What are you talking about? We're talking about were they kidnapping kids? We don't care about deepfake AI porn. But there she is again, deflecting and floundering, and her emotions are high. She knows she's cooked and lying. How dare you? You're a hypocrite. And just starts name calling randomly, like, yeah, we already know what's going on. I missed a good one. Should have had it live. That was crazy. I know we should probably tune back in and see what they have. But damn, it's whatever. At this point, we'll see what else they have. Any more shorts getting made. This is nuts. Let's rewind that just a tad to where she snapped right there. You, her facial expression is just no soul. Like she's a part of the club murdered and it's all been blown wide open. And she's like, no, 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 that's not me. There's something weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, how dare you investigate drunk deranged syndrome? That's what she said before. I was trying to think. This guy's got Trump deranged syndrome. What's wrong with it? Like, so you really can't answer a question. You just got this script of get back strikes that you're like trying to strike me like meh, meh. Trump deranged syndrome. That wasn't verified. This isn't true. How dare you? So she's lying under oath. Finally, we're going after her for being on the list and being a little pageant girl like the rest of them. Let's just cut the snake off the head. Clearly, something happened that she can't get the word out, and I think it's between her and Trump. Because when she all kissy on Trump before Erica Kirk started doing that shit, they're in this together. We're all in this together. We got fucked by the man with the orange hair. They're all in this together. Orange spray tin or is it brown? We won't know. Switch it up now. Don the diddler Trump raping kids. She's protecting him, so it's Cash. I think that Cash his eyes bug him being dark. I think they probably did the panda. They had to have done the panda. The way that he acts now, he kind of almost sometimes acts like from the Panda Man. You know, Panda Panda. Oh, that's when that's when. What was his name? Orlando Brown, not the football player, but the actor, the child star from what was that movie? Major Pain. We're live investigating this. It's Attorney General Pam Bondi has to testify before the Judiciary Committee at the House, and we're not getting any answers. She's helping traffic these kids too. Erica Kirk accused of Romania trafficking or wherever. Andrew Tate swears he's not one of them who was wah 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 out of his Bugatti. It's like he gets canceled, he's not pulling it in anymore, and then he apologizes when Sneeko does it and he's around. After years later, after he said this is what happened this week or what, but years after he said he's got his own thing, it's like the Illuminati, but it's not. In my head, I hear the same rituals, but no Diddy's house, and we rich as hell. I don't know. So Andrew Tate's cook. Wouldn't be surprised if he's in the vibe. But Romania, that's his home. Romania. You mean like? And of course, it's viral in the U.S. Everybody wants to come move to the U.S. I don't know. They're bragging right now with this release. Then they come up here and go, no, 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 no. You guys did it. You were a part of it. You allowed it to happen. It was fluent language. It was just this shit was going on in the White House, y'all. Stop playing with me. If you're doing it everywhere else, right under our nose, and you're gonna get away with it, fuck yeah, you're gonna do that shit in the White House, Capitol Hill, wherever. Democracy. Oh yeah, democracy. Oh yeah. Let's see. Big beautiful Bill's about to blow. Oh my God. Get her out of here. Huh? But what if I have a pregnant? Get her out of here. Here's $300, even though I'm a billionaire. Get her out of here. Like what the fuck? That's what we're dealing with. And I can't sit here another day while he's in office. Right? While he's in office. Can't do it. He's still up there, she's still up there, and this is how they act. This is what they're accused of. And their behavior is like they're guilty as hell. Like right off their body language. Trump derangement syndrome. Huh. So it's just spreading like wildfire this year. Even though it was just kind of Democrats and liberals. So now the weirdos with the hair color changing every few weeks. They're a man on Tuesdays and a woman on Wednesdays. You know, the weirdos were like, Trump's a weirdo, All right, we didn't look at it. They had us divided to fight each other, but now we've kind of united and go, yeah, all right, still a person. I think they know that they were like, that the frogs are gay, that they were gay, and they're kind of snapping out of it, but still a person. We're waking up and uniting with like the gays and the you got based transgenders accusing the Jews of sex trafficking. Wait a minute. You came up with trans and put this all in our heads? So, and that's really what's bringing people back to becoming a man that thought that was a woman, or maybe not even. But it's like it's really the thing that's stopping like porn and other addictions and other sins because it's like, oh, the Jews, the synagogue of Satan, come up with that. Like if everybody was doing it, just fuck it, it'd be this we all do it thing. But it's just something about finding out that all the sins in our life was normalized by Jews to get us all guilty of the same sin. Therefore, we don't get into heaven either. And ha, we both rot here on the earth, or whatever, or in the pit of fire, which the ring of fire is heating up and supposed to open and a big hole is supposed to fall through. Isn't that kind of weird that we have a ring of fire, anyways? And the Bible talks about something opening and these motherfuckers get swallowed up by it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is nuts. Pitchforks are the only way out. Why are we still going back to work? Italy completely stopped everything. Come on now. Why are we going back to work? Oh, but the taxes. Voluntary. A lot of states are putting bills to remove it altogether. We can prove it. We can prove non liability. You should be able to do that in 5 minutes, 5 seconds. That's your fault. You registered stuff and abandoned property rights. Government claimed it, and because you registered it to them, and then you're paying the rent and the tax. If we all stop registering stuff and cancel it, then there's no tax. You can be tax exempt at any job. You don't have to be a disabled military veteran to get tax exempt benefits. Taxes are voluntary here in America. Everybody tries to justify it, but no other country's got taxes on taxes like we have. So you keep trying to, oh, the Bible says, oh, we got the Schofield. I don't even get peak fine. Doesn't say that we have to pay taxes on tax on taxes. Nope. No other country does that. You win a game show, you got to pay taxes on it. You win a contest from a singer or he's giving away a Bentley, you got to pay taxes on it. You got to pay fees on it. The UK, they laugh at us. My friends over there say, "Oh yeah, you win a game show over here, you win all of it. You're gonna get half of it taken in America. Why? 'Cause these are private businesses. Oh, we're the government. We promise. Oh, not on paper. Yeah, we haven't had a government since the Civil War. By definition of what we all agree the United States government is, it should be. Even though that was previously the Moorish government, and then we just happened to come over here with help the natives take it over from the Moors, and then we took it from the natives. The idea that the natives, oh, that this is the natives, they were here. That was a Jew thing too, or actually from Asia. A lot of native tribes were here all over and from Asia, just like the black people were here. Did not come on boats. All these alleged Jewish slave ships, and yet no remnants or recreations or replicas like the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. You see them? They go around. They sunk one here just recently. It's a replica. I got to see it here when it went up the river to Skokie, but I'm just not seeing it. So you got all this stuff going on. They all have back to the island. They had everything, and it's all in the documents. It's been leaked and released and talked about in documentaries years in advance to this release. They all had submarine licenses, and they had these submarine U-boat fancy. You see they have all the money in the world, or they build these things, so they get to just make their own stuff. When you run a company building cars, pumping out $1 million cars, you get to just have your own collection of your own cars at the house. Like, the people that run Ferrari got their own Ferraris, you know what I'm saying? And they not paying 30 years on a mortgage with a car, on a car mortgage like we do, you know what I'm saying? That's their car. So naturally, if Epstein and all the elite PDFs are just, how do they afford all this submarines? Well, they're making it and selling it to less rich, ignorant, or maybe in the club people. Like, yeah, this is my shit. They got all the money in the world, they can buy it. They make up money where there isn't any. That's what it is. And Jew, Hollywood, Wall Street, all that stuff, they're buying in advance. They're predicting what things will do, trying to control what things will do by doing it. But a lot of the others, they just, you know, just future. It's just stuff that ain't happening. Or making money that's not there. You gotta get some money from the future or get some money from somewhere else, a bill of exchange. That's why they print more money, because they got loopholes to where you can make money where there isn't. If everybody's broke, they just have a lot of assets or they make money, they can buy stuff. We could do that too. Well, the youth, my generation, kind of fighting with the older generations because we need to go back because we're making way more money than they ever did with this inflated economy and the decades of inflation and nothing going down. We're still making hella money out here on the internet, and you guys didn't have the internet. Well, it's time you guys start using the internet. Let's just get all the money we can, get off grid, buy all these things that they make us pay for, and boom. Once we pay it one time, we're good. But anyway, let's get back into what Pam Bondi's saying. I'm just saying all this different stuff we got to push back. Or live, though they're all cooked. We got to get off grid. They're trying to kill us. They usually just boom in days. Millions are dying because if they turn off the power, everybody's scraping by with what little money they get and buying what little rations they can. And more people on food stamps and commodities than ever. What are we gonna do? We keep getting on commodities, and of course this computer just flashed and glitched out. But we're not going and developing our own off-grid gardens everywhere. Every neighborhood should have a garden. I don't think in towns that would survive, and you guys would get sick because you guys still spray the yards with all that Monsanto stuff. I don't think, yeah, it's not going to work. But a lot of suburban places don't do that anymore. A lot of backwoods places, that spreads to everyone else. It spreads on the neighbor's crops. You don't see crop dusters on farms as often anymore because that spreads to everybody. The studies are all out. It confirms. We have to stop this stuff. We have to be the change. Oh, there's someone down the road doing it, but who cares? Maybe you can't get them to stop, but you don't have to do it with them. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all still have this thing ingrained in your head because it's commercials. You're not a man if you're not Monsantoing your yard. My grandfather pulled up the weeds. My father just sprays everything and waits for it to die. And you're breathing it outside. You can literally smell and breathe. I just can't stand weed killers and stuff like that. All the bugs are gone because of it. All the bees are gone. Everybody's worried about 5G. I'm pissed off about the effect currently of everything. 5G is just finishing everything off, weakening everything. We gotta stop this. Oh, the bugs and that. Oh, if you guys fucking kept your shit clean, wouldn't be no bugs to begin with. If you looked up the things that grow natural that bother the bugs and don't bother the other things that you put it around the edge of your house, you wouldn't have these fucking bugs in your business or house. But now every house and business is paying still a company to come spray them bitches. I mean, we're not. We don't have bugs. My grandma's never had a roach infestation, flies all in the house, fleas everywhere, or whatever, that you would see at businesses, restaurants, and houses. Ticks, being, we're in the woods. You guys in town be like, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. A lot of these people, from my experience, are people that leave shit out all the time. Be days of dirtying dishes with leftover food in it, and then finally they might start cleaning it. But by then you don't want to do anything because you piled them up. But like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. This shit crazy. We're not doing nothing. We're not changing internally. This is a thing we all have to change, but it requires everybody becoming the same and doing the same. group of things. Everybody wants to try to invent their own personality. I'm sorry that you like the same video game I do, or the next person doesn't like them video games, just like these people do. It's the same clicks, it's the same shit, it's the same monophobia. You guys could keep trying to be like Pam Bondi here, dyeing her hair individual. You can't accuse me. How dare you accuse me of a crime? You can be Erica Kirk, who looks just like any. I wouldn't say, but kind of overweight in the face, kind of a big faced blonde chick, like a typical. If you look at her history, I don't know. I'm just saying. I ain't quit rambling, but damn, what are we doing, folks? More people should be. Oh yeah, they're all PDFs. They've compromised all forms of government. All right, take me to jail then. Y'all should all be doing pirate radio right now on the available frequency. AM is empty right now. Why don't you have little talking house AM transmitters repeating this information? That's what I think they did that on purpose. I don't think it was everybody's on FM and streaming. AM's just dead. I think, look, it's open. If you want to revive AM radio, by the way, that would be your way to do it. The only way to do it is fill it with truth stuff. Division II sports instead of the D1 and NFL, right? And the NBA. Like a channel that covers the other schools, like we do. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, come on, if you're somewhere, just real quick, we got to get this bar off. You need to put part 15 transmitters uptown, all across town. If you live in a small town or a big city and you own a building, especially a high rise building, put a little antenna at the top, AM or FM. Start repeating this information so when people scan the dial, it wakes more people up, it keeps people awakened and feeling, because a lot of people are just waking up and they'll go right back to being themselves because they can't handle it at first like we used to do. And now we need them all in, so this helps keep people motivated on why they do it. This broadcast is helping people stay motivated on why they do it, but it's also psychosis, and we realize that we're gonna have to go murk some politicians and burn their houses down at least, or something, because they're still trying to like keep their positions and act like they didn't do anything to get weird to get that position. And that's what I'm saying. We gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? But yet, people that still go to work every day and don't ever watch the real news or any news, they just go home and sleep. There's still a lot of you don't know what's going on, and would probably think that we're all criminals. Yeah, lock them up, and we're still divided on that. Dude. There's still a lot of you left, even though it's minority now. Everybody's still dealing with the normie syndrome. Anyway, Pam Bondi's cooked. You guys need to wake up.
You were one of them, hypocrite. Voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired.
She didn't answer the question.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman, could she answer the question?
Chairman, I was wondering.
The gentlelady's allowed, the Attorney General's allowed to respond the way she wants to respond to any member's questions, Republican, Democrat.
All right, I have unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized for a UC.
All right, this is an example. I'm submitting these 302 forms that are entirely redacted, even when you go to look at them.
Without objection.
I'm submitting a witness statement that implicates Les Wexner.
Without objection.
I'm submitting an article from the New York Times that the DOJ released nude photos and identifiable pictures of the victims. I'm submitting a letter from A.G. Bondi to Kash Patel imploring him to quit keeping the files when you found out that they were keeping files from you? Because they're still redacting files that you...
Chairman, are we going to,
I'm
going to
not
recess for votes?
Yes, we are.
I'm submitting for unanimous consent a document of 17 individuals who've resigned because of the Epstein files.
Without objection. Just want to check on how much time we have left in votes, but one thing I've learned here of late that they'll wait on us. How much time do we have? Oh, they just called. Okay. The chair now recognized.
This one says all hell breaks loose as J. Palace body determined to apologize to Epstein survivors. Here we go. That seems to be the next move. Someone else was like, "You're gonna apologize to all these people?" Apologize. I'm not gonna. And now they're doing that with her. Let's see.
Questions recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Attorney General Bondi, right here. We are joined in this room by some of the thousands of survivors from Jeffrey Epstein's horrific sex trafficking ring. They have shown such incredible courage in speaking out, in demanding accountability to bring the predators and pedophiles to justice. The Epstein Files Transparency Act required your Department of Justice to disclose the perpetrators connected with Epstein's criminal activities and to redact the information of survivors to protect their identities. Let me show you what actually happened. First, in violation of the law, your department has shown a pattern of redacting the names of powerful predators. Here behind me is one example of an email from Epstein to a man whose name was redacted. The email reads, quote, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." Only after members of Congress demanded that we see the unredacted files did the world learn the name of this individual, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the chairman and CEO of a company that had financial ties.
I thought that was Netanyahu, who was in China on the second week. Either way, they confirmed who it is, I guess.
To President Trump's business and personal ties to Trump's advisor, Steve Bannon. Second, the survivors were not similarly protected, also in violation of the law. Here is another email titled Epstein Victim List. We have blurred the names of the survivors for their protection, but your Department of Justice initially released this list of 32 survivors' names with only one name redacted, along with numerous files that disclose not only the names, the emails, and the addresses of survivors, but also nude photographs and even the identities of Jane Does who had been protected for decades until your department released their names. Survivors are now telling us that their families are finding out for the first time that they were trafficked by Epstein. In their words, quote, "This release does not provide closure. It feels like a deliberate attempt to intimidate survivors, punish those who came forward, and reinforce the same culture of secrecy that allowed Epstein's crimes to continue for decades." To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please note for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Long pause. Holy shit.
Congresswoman, you sat before, Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General
Twice.
Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question
Attorney General
that I
can
would
respond to your
like
question.
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she
It
doesn't
is
like the
my
answer.
time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't
a
she ask
question.
Merrick Garland this?
I am
twice
reclaiming
when he
my
sat in
time,
my
and when
chair?
I
will
reclaim my
continue to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman, the
my
gentlelady's
time.
reclaimed her
I'm not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentlelady. The gentlelady has 17 seconds.
Thank you. You're not going to answer this question, so let me just
Chairman,
say
I'll
this.
direct it to
What a
you.
massive
No, I'm
cover-up.
answering a
Mr.
question.
Chairman, will you restore her time? The witness
I'm
is
not going to get in
interrupting.
the gutter with this woman.
Stop the
She's
time
doing
and
theatrics.
let me have my time.
The gentlelady from Washington controls the time. The gentlelady has 17 seconds. You can proceed with your final
Thank you.
17 seconds.
What a massive cover-up this has been and continues to be. Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political campaign because he thought it would benefit him. Then you got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only
Regular
to
order.
then say that there was no list. Your deputy, Todd Blanche, met alone with Ghislaine Maxwell and transferred her to a minimum security prison. And now you continue the cover-up. And I wish that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you and on a human level,
Chairman,
apologize
The chair now
to
recognizes
them
the chair.
on what you have done.
The time of the
I
gentlelady
yield
expired.
back.
The gentlelady, you have no time to yield back.
Theatrics.
We appreciate the thought. And I would argue the central issue in the last election, the presidential election, was securing the border. The gentleman from Arizona who knows something about securing the border is up for 5 questions. Recognized.
I don't understand what his issue is and why the chairman or whoever the guy running the show. I think it was the border. Oh my gosh.